HSBC takes climate change very, very seriously. And we are committed, not just ourselves, but working with our customers to help them transition so that we get to carbon net zero. Climate change is not limited to a country. It is borderless. It impacts the whole world at the same time. And therefore, if we look at HSBC as probably the most international bank across the most markets, we need to be in a position not just to help, but in a position where we actually lead this, not just for ourselves, but also our customers. And therefore, it's a number of solutions that we offer. But we want to finance our customers so that they can do the innovation that is required, so they are less reliant on having pollutants in their business. And we can together create an environment that is positive, not just for ourselves, but also for future generations. So we chose the mangroves because Vietnam, if you listen or hear what the World Bank has to say, is it's one of the top 5 countries in the world that is impacted by climate change. And we only have to look at last year, the impact of the serious flooding that happened in the central provinces of Vietnam. And so we had to think of what could we do that was environmentally sensitive, where we could also support Vietnam. And we decided that we would use the mangroves. And there's a number of reasons for this. The first is that mangroves are actually big consumers of carbon. They actually consume 400% more than tropical rainforests. So they sequester huge amounts of carbon dioxide out of the air. So that was the number one. The second is that they would stop erosion in the Mekong region, which is something that's incredibly pertinent at the moment with rising water levels. And finally, it's giving back to the community, because building walls is another solution, but actually being able to do it through a sort of natural solution is far better for the ongoing sustainability of the communities and the economy in that part of Vietnam. Look, I think we have to talk about COP26. This is our last chance as a race to try and stop global warming and adhere to the Paris Treaty agreements to limit global warming to 1.5 degrees Celsius. So it's a chance for us all to come together. As we've said before, this is a global issue. It's a borderless issue. It's not limited to one country or one region. Yes, Asia will be impacted far more than many other parts of the world. And estimates show that by 2050, unless we do something about climate change, the impact on the economies of Asia will be a reduction in GDP of 11%. So it's a chance for us all to come together and to agree a way forward. At COP26, HSBC CEO Mr. Noel Quinn met with Prime Minister Chin to identify ways in which HSBC can join Vietnam in finding solutions to the issues around climate change. And it can be as simple as a mangrove forest. A mangrove forest is 50 times more effective at stopping erosion than if we were to build walls. On top of which, it supports marine life and also supports the communities from an economics perspective. So there's many things that we can do together with Vietnamese corporates and the Vietnamese government so that together we can stop climate change here. Look, it's important. Climate change is for everyone to address. It's not just a company, it's not just a government. We as individuals have to also take ownership around this. And one thing I'm very proud about at HSBC is that a lot of our staff volunteer. Yes, we talk about it, but we have to walk the walk and talk the talk. And we have already had our staff involved in over 40 of the 63 provinces in Vietnam in activities to support the local environment. And we will continue to do this. We have donated already 10,000 hours of HSBC staff time to work with various communities and various organisations to support the climate agenda. And we encourage our team to do this because climate change, as I said, belongs to all of us. This is not just a corporate or a big government initiative. We all have to embrace it. And so we encourage our team to regularly get involved. And I, as a leader, and many of our senior leaders in the bank have to get involved in this climate change and give of their own time, because that sets a positive example for the rest of our people and for our children. And my advice to other businessmen is we have to start somewhere. And the longest journeys often start with the smallest steps. So start. Learn about what you can do, learn about what processes in your business you can look to address, look at what innovation you might be able to find to reduce your impact on climate change. It's not just businesses, it's all of us. I'm fortunate, I have 2 young children, and they come back from school and tell me, "Daddy, we'll no longer have a plastic straw." So it's lots of little steps like this that we can all take to contribute. So as a business, talking to another business, I would say, don't try and do something big immediately. Start with the small things, because lots of small little activities, when they come together, have a big impact. And together, we will be able to make change so that future generations like my children will be able to enjoy a better environment than we currently have.